Hi there, this is Craig Beck, the Stop Drinking expert, and thank you to Simon for today's email. Simon is currently going through my Stop Drinking program at www.stopdrinkingexpert.com. He's about 11 or 12 days sober, feeling fantastic, already seeing huge benefits in his life. He's just told me he's lost 3 kilos in 12 days. His blood pressure's come down and he's feeling wonderful. But he's worried, and he's worried because he's got some old friends coming to stay at the end of the month, and, well, he always used to be part of that drinking circle, and his memories of hanging out with this bunch of friends all involve alcohol. They had great times in the past, and he's worried that they're going to turn up, all start drinking, and he's going to feel tempted to join in. He's going to not want to miss out on the fun and join them in a drink. And so his question was specifically related to what I say in the book about staying in the moment, staying in the now. And he was asking, how do you stay out of the past? You know, with all those memories of great times and drinking with friends. And how do you stay out the future? And the reason I say you've got to stay in the now is because basically those two other time frames, past and future, don't exist. And they never will. So there's no point talking about them. I mean, we can all look back to the past when we had a good time and alcohol was there, but you can't go back to that time. You can never go back, so it's gone. Let it go. It will never exist again. It's vanished. And the future is equally, you know, there's no point me standing here saying, I will never drink alcohol again. And there's no point putting that pressure on myself because I don't know if that's true. The only thing I can be sure of is that right here and now, I don't have a drink in my hand. And there is no alcohol in my system, and I feel fantastic. And that's how you approach this, moment by moment. You're not saying to yourself, I'm not going to drink for a month, I'm not going to drink for 6 months, I'm not going to drink ever again. There's too much pressure. Nobody can withstand that. The only thing you have to do is not drink now, right now, at this moment. So with that in mind, how do you deal with a change of environment? Because I understand where you're coming from, Simon. You're saying you've been going great for 12 days in your routine. You now have a new sober routine and it works for you. But if something from the outside comes in and changes your routine, like friends, drinking friends coming to stay, how do you cope? And the answer is knowledge, information. Information is power when it comes to alcohol. Because alcohol is the most evil drug on planet Earth. Now, I know that sounds melodramatic, but let me explain why. Because alcohol is a compulsive liar. Everything alcohol tells you is a lie. Think about it. Alcohol tells you that it will help you go to sleep. Doesn't. It's been clinically proven to disrupt sleep. Alcohol tells you it will quench your thirst. Doesn't. In fact, it's so devious that the more you drink, the thirstier you get. But it keeps telling you that you're thirsty and you should drink more. Not just devious, evil. And also it tells you that you can't have a good time without it. Well, this isn't true. And the reason we've built this pattern up is because of Pavlovian conditioning. Now think about it. For probably, I don't know, at least the first 10 or 12 years of your life, you used to be able to go to parties and have the most amazing time and go crazy to the point that you exhausted yourself without a single drop of alcohol. Watch kids today, go to a children's birthday party at the soft play center or at McDonald's. Do they need alcohol to have a good time? No, they're going crazy with not a single drop of alcohol. So it's not true that you have to have alcohol to have a good time. That's the first thing. Now, the Pavlovian conditioning comes in here is just because things that are repeated are pushed through to the subconscious. Because we have two parts of our brain, okay? We have the conscious and the subconscious. Now, the subconscious is tiny. Forgive me. The conscious is tiny, but thinks it's massive. And the subconscious is huge, but doesn't think anything at all. Doesn't care whether you think it's big or small. It just is. Now, the conscious mind can do 1 or 2 things at a time, and that's it. It's very limited. So things that you do on a repetitive basis, like drink alcohol, have to be passed over to the subconscious to free up your conscious mind to do other things. So what you've done over your years of drinking is you have conditioned your subconscious to believe that good times and alcohol go together. Now, what will happen when your friends come to stay and you get that craving to drink with them, it's not that you feel robbed of a good time, it's that you have activated a subconscious routine, Pavlovian conditioning. Basically, just like Pavlov used to ring a bell and his dogs would salivate because he'd conditioned them to do so, when you see your friends drinking, you will start salivating and you'll start craving alcohol. So how do you not drink? Well, the answer is information is power. Now you know why it's happening. You don't have to respond to the bell. You see, we've got one up on dogs here. We're more informed, we're more intelligent than dogs, thank God. We can understand that a bell has been rung and our subconscious is salivating. And you break this pattern by not doing what the subconscious expects. This is powerful stuff. Look, if we did this weird experiment where every time you were happy, every time you were laughing out loud, having a great time, I punched you on the arm, and I did this every single time you laughed for 10 years, eventually we could get to the point where I would just have to punch you on the arm and you would feel amazing. You would feel happy. You would start laughing. Does that mean that me punching you is a good thing? No. It's a condition. It's a link that you have created in your subconscious. No logical person can say a punch is a good thing. And no logical person can see that alcohol is a good thing. Alcohol is poison in a pretty bottle, diluted sufficiently that you will ignore the poison. You do not need alcohol to have a good time. You can have an amazing time and be sober. Trust me on this. Information is your weapon. This process is the intelligent man's way of quitting alcohol. This is why AA doesn't work for so many people, because you continually have to force yourself to avoid something that you want. Once you understand that you don't want this thing, it is an illusion, then it becomes easier. I hope that wasn't too confusing, but if you have any questions, please email me via the website www.stopdrinkingexpert.com. Thank you for watching. See you later.